It's time to get to it, y'all. I promise. I was outside enjoying life. And the mosquitoes was outside enjoying my ass. Trailhand Bill, reporting live from South Florida. If you're not new here, you know what's going on, man. It's the weekly wrap-up. We're going to travel around the nation and see what's going on. We always got to keep our eye on these cops, man. Why wouldn't we?
Well, new tonight, an Ashe County family is speaking out after their family member died during a traffic stop. The sheriff's office tells us Chad Mast was on his motorcycle when he was pulled over, which led to a scuffle between Mast and officers and his death. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King went to Ashe County today and spoke with the family. She has more on what happened.
Yeah, earlier today I got the opportunity to speak to the family of Chad Mast, who told me they're being left out of the loop on what happened here. They told me they won't stop fighting until the story makes sense.
Why didn't I get to see Chad's body? Why didn't I get to see it?
During a traffic encounter this week, Ashe County resident Chad Mast was pulled over by deputies. Officers say Mast didn't comply with deputies, which led to a fight. They say they were able to get him cuffed before he lost consciousness, and they started life-saving measures, which included 2 doses of Narcan. But they say Chad was taken to the hospital where he died. And the family says there has to be more to the story.
You took it and sent it for an autopsy that I had to call the sheriff's department to even figure out where his body was. No medical examiners even called us.
Family told us in a statement they're not sure why Narcan was used and questioned why they weren't able to see the body before it was sent off. They also describe Chad as a kind person and say right now they just want peace of mind.
And I don't want to believe that. I want to be wrong. But they haven't said, hey, this is what happened. You can come look at the body cam footage to make you all have your mind at ease. And this is why we're doing this. But they've not done any of that.
The SBI is investigating this incident, so as the story develops, we will continue to keep you updated. In Ashe County, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
See, that's the thing about these weekly wrap-up videos. Like all of the other videos, I have no idea what the story is going to be until we watch it together, guys. And then I end up feeling like, hell nah, man. I need to highlight this alone independently, man. First and foremost, let me calm down, man. Rest in peace, Chad, fam. I tell y'all, man, when these cops are, in their eyes even, in a way that they can persuade, the general masses are innocent, that they're innocent, they will release that damn body camera footage before we even know what the hell happened to require body cam footage needing to be released. And so on the back of your resumes and the fact that we all know we can't trust you, anytime you're hiding body cam footage and basically not just flooding it to the public, we know what's going on, man. And it's just heartbreaking to hear these stories, man, with Americans having very regular life encounters with you guys and like that being their last moments on earth. It is very, very heartbreaking, sad, and yes, also infuriating, man. We should not have to hear this man's family members talk to him about that. Y'all should not be hiding anything. I mean, where's the just common decency, the general compassion that you guys are communicating with them about the loss of their loved ones after an encounter with you, man? This would be one of those stories when I would want to say so much more. But guys, I just have to lean on this because it's the weekly wrap up, and I try to just, and it sounds wrong to say this, get in and out with my opinions about these videos. Know who these people are, man. A regular traffic stop, his last moments on earth, man. Don't think it can't happen near you. And God forbid to you, man. Just know who they are. Know your rights. Always film the police, man. Teach your children to know their rights. And y'all be aware out here, man. Let's see what else going on.
3 Denver police officers have lost their jobs after joking about going to migrant shelters for target practice. Tonight, Kelly Rinke from our 9 Investigates team got a hold of their texts on an encrypted app and video of those officers trying to explain themselves.
This is just about a text thread and some questions about that.
You're watching an investigation into 3 Denver police officers.
Oh, we're all stressed out and we're just joking around, venting.
A joke, one cop said, that eventually cost them their jobs. The city blurred the officers' faces. An interview shared with 9 News as an investigator asked about this text thread. Megan Joy sent a message to officers in her academy class, making plans to go shooting tomorrow. Does anyone want to tag along? Rodrigo Berserto suggests should go to the migrant hotel on 6th and Federal and shoot them there, LOL. Plenty of targets in there. Megan responds with a laughing emoji. Scott Persiciti asks, when we doing this? Those 3 officers are joking about going to shelters full of migrants for target practice.
I never expected it or wanted it to be anything more than just a couple laughs. Okay. I'm sorry that I said that out. I'm remorseful and I'm ashamed about it.
That's Basurdo, the one who said the newcomer hotel had plenty of targets.
I come from a military background. We deal with our stress and our, stressful situations, and we cope by dark humor.
His face is blurred in this interview, but 9 News talked to him the year before. He was a recruit who participated in a program to expose new officers to Denver's diverse community.
Not only make me a better cop, but make me a better resident for Denver. The history of Denver, it's amazing.
Not sure if there's anything else that I can do. I'm going to take classes.
He tried to keep his job, but 2 weeks after these interviews, the department fired them, including Persichiti, who told a classmate, "Don't be a snitch," after someone warned about this getting in the hands of the public.
I've talked to Rigo about it and Megan. We were just expressing frustration with it. It was like we were just kidding. I hope that nothing happens from this, from a silly joke, essentially.
DPD learned about this from a classmate of theirs who resigned. It was reported to them after his resignation. Several officers left that group chat after these messages were shared. Kyle.
So in terms of what happens other than just the 3 fired officers, right, in terms of the other ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we had dozens of officers, maybe more than 40 that were in this group chat. It sounds like several of them left after these messages were shared. The department says that those officers are going through additional training as well.
All right, Kelly Rinke, thank you very much.
If you can see my face right now, I'm giving a strong masculine nod of approval, man. Shout out to that young man on the screen right there. Yo, man, that was the way that you cover a damn story, sir. We don't pussyfoot around these cowards, who they are and who their associates are. Boy, your ass asked the absolute $1 million pertinent question. Because I don't know if any of y'all did what I did and slowed down when she mentioned the other person, telling them, yo, chill out, you know what I'm saying? I did. I said, hell no, let me go back and make sure I want to read what that damn tweet said. And all the damn tweet said was, man, you don't think this going to get any of us in trouble if it somehow gets out to the public? And that's when the dude said, stop being a snitch. So I think the lady said over 40. You were doing a little pussyfoot now, little man. I'm going to have to separate your ass because you were too little. If it's either yes or no, and your ass was super question mark. So get the hell out the way so I can get this man his props. I'm going to fail the hell out your ass because you seem to be pussyfooting around what the hell was going on here. But I might be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. Anyway, I think you said over 40 of them in that damn class. And then I heard you say one of them reported it after he resigned. So the first thought I had was, is this the good cop we're always looking for? Because you know me, I say the only good cops I know of won't be there long voluntarily, or they won't be there long because they're forced out. But either the way, they won't be in that fraternity of gangbangers long because it won't sit with their spirits and souls. Those are the only good cops, those that don't remain. So I was like, is he that sort of good cop? But then he's like, a couple of them. I think all of y'all are still cowards. She's talking about they need to, the other ones are going back through something. The only thing all them motherfuckers need to go through is decertification and maybe some, felony charges. I'm talking about maybe not high felony, but at least low felony charges. A simple joke, my guy. And that wasn't a joke. That was you being very literal. You motherfuckers find shooting at human beings for target practice a joke. We know this. We know some of y'all out here trying to kill us so you can get a paid vacation, motherfucker. You weren't lying when you sat there. You were just saying it and knowing that it made sense in your cop-ass mind, bro. You're going to shoot at him. And it's funny for some of y'all because it's like it's migrants. They don't need to be able, okay, motherfucker. All of us are Negroes now. The hell is wrong with you? That's the same attitude you had when it was only my people. But I hope in that first damn video, Chad wasn't no black man. He wasn't no damn, that was a white guy. All of us are Negroes now, man. Talking about they going through training and y'all fire them other cops. Don't just fire them and then send the rest of them through no damn training. Decertify their ass and put the district attorney on their ass to see what kind of criminal charges they can get. Because we need their ass the hell up out of here. Let's see what else going on in America. Colorado, chill y'all ass out.
A judge just threw out a conviction in a first-degree murder case. It's because of a homicide detective's history of lying and mishandling evidence. Also tonight, we've confirmed the Supreme Court is upholding the suspension of the prosecutor. She's the one who worked with police to invent a fake gang and falsely charge protesters as members.
The reporting of our chief investigator, Dave Biskuping, exposed both scandals, and now he's here to break down these new and major developments.
First, let's start with that conviction getting tossed out. That rarely happens, and it almost never happens as quick as this one. But after one hearing happening just a couple weeks ago, Judge Kevin Wine just issued his ruling. Basically, his decision comes down to two main things. One, Phoenix homicide detective Jennifer DePonzio had a history of mistakes and mishandling evidence, but police and prosecutors kept it all a secret in dozens of cases. And two, she lied in the case that just got dismissed. Here's what Judge Wine wrote in his final order. Quote, DePonzio misled the grand jury when she testified that the defendant was identified as a shooter by a witness. And DePonzio in this matter engaged in misconduct and lied about it in an interview with defense counsel. Bottom line, the judge ruled all of that would have changed the judgment or sentence. This ruling could be the first of several. There are other appeals coming from other past cases worked by DePonzio, and there are challenges in active cases still in court. That's why the judge wrote he wants MCAO to go back and turn over evidence about her misconduct in all cases she was involved in. Now let's get to our other big breaking story, the one about the prosecutor suspended for falsely charging protesters as gang members. The Supreme Court of Arizona just affirmed, or in other words agreed with, the 2-year suspension for April Sponsel. Last year, the former Maricopa County prosecutor lost a long disciplinary trial and then appealed her suspension to the state Supreme Court. Our investigation showed Sponsel worked with Phoenix police to invent a fake gang to charge this group of protesters as members. Now, obviously, we just covered the basics on both of these breaking stories. There's a lot more to report, so stay tuned. We'll have new stories in the coming days. For now, I'm investigator Dave Biskuping, ABC 15, Arizona.
Following up on Dave's report, it's not clear yet if prosecutors will decide to retry the murder case that was just overturned. Dave will, of course, keep us all updated, and you can catch all of his past reports at abc15.com/investigators.
Man, rest in peace to Chad. Rest in peace to Chad. Prayers and condolences to his family and all Americans, man, who have, suffered and actually lost loved ones, man, at the hands of these terrorist gangbanging tyrants, man. I had to get that out of the way because that story still hurt a little bit, and a lot of it really, but I don't want to dwell there because it's going to make me more sad. But after that, man, these last two stories, man, at the end, I told y'all what I was doing at the end of the second one. At the end of this one, I was doing like just real masculine fist pumps. I don't know if I've ever said this. I've hinted at this before, I think. But this is a news platform that I suggest everybody go follow if you're into government being exposed for their corruption. I cannot ever give this channel right here. They're up there covering Arizona. I mean, they got a whole segment. Damn near every day they dropping videos about uncovering corruption in Arizona's government. The lady, the prosecutor, I am upset with the government, not this news channel. They get an A+++, 1,000 pluses behind it. But the government up there, what do you mean you're suspending this lady for 2 years? She's a prosecutor. And then what happens after 2 years? Like, suspension means you can get your job back. This lady literally lied on American citizens to lock them up. The irony in that, guys, is like the previous story about that coward and his friends talking about shooting at migrants. I covered that story, but this one was one that I have in the stash and I seen it months ago about that prosecutor. I wanted to cover it and never got around to it. So it's funny how God works. But I definitely have a problem with you saying that they only suspended her for 2 years. That's a story I suggest you guys look up too, because they literally, her and the cops up there, local cops, made up a gang to incarcerate people who just had a different political view. And they did actually lock them up and stuff. And then the other story, man, it's why I'm always encouraging people, man. It's something I touch on a lot on my other platform. Just because people are in jail, just because people are in court and accused, man, that don't mean a damn thing, man. You literally got caught. And you know what I was thinking while they was talking about that lady cop who got this murder case overturned because of her illegal activity? Oh, man, she took a very pretty picture. I bet she's so polite and hospitable in person. And some of y'all would say, leave her alone. She's just doing a damn job. Yeah. Sending innocent people to prison, separating them from their loved ones because she's a devious ass bitch who don't mind doing it. And you motherfuckers want somebody to leave her terrorist ass alone because she pretty and she smile. Y'all crazy, not us. The wrong with y'all? These is terrorists. It's on them to prove, you know what I mean, their alliance isn't to that gang banging shit that they be doing. Not us. And every damn opportunity they get, you see whether they are the ones gang banging on the American public or the ones conspiring to help the gang bangers cover it up. They all right there together, man. It's RICO activity. You know what I mean? So shout out to this news organization again, guys. This is the weekly wrap up. In the other videos, I give more extended opinions and thoughts, share more of my thoughts about how I feel about these things. But in the weekly wrap up, which is coming out Friday or Sunday, you know, it's because it's the previous week, I just give snapshots of what's going on, because the problem that we have in American law enforcement, which bleeds down from the utmost top of our government, is just something we all need to be aware of, man. Because just like Chad, we could just be biking to the gym, biking to the store, driving home from whatever, man. A lot of instances, man, where Americans get into situations that they even had no idea about in some cases and end up having their final moments on earth. And I don't tell anyone to live a paranoid life. I just always tell you to not only be aware of who these Roach Parade beat cops are, like really be aware of who they are. They will murder you and then cover it up, I promise you, and go on with paid vacations. There's too much evidence of it. Video evidence, documented evidence, otherwise evidence. So you need to be aware of that. And you also need to be aware that they are back once again by the highest levels of our government, because you won't ever see one president or the political platform that they back not throwing their 100% support behind these cowards. And I think that is atrocious. And I also think it is, what do they call it when you turn on your people? That's the word, treasonous. I honestly think the American government does not like Americans, and they have committed treason against us, and they conspire to do it on a daily basis. And their frontline Roach Parade is these beat cops. So arm yourself, arm your children, and anybody else in your circle, man, with knowledge, with education, and with the reminder that you are human, and at every given moment, man, you have a right to defend that against all enemies. I'm Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida. And that was the weekly wrap up, man. They killed that man, family. And now they're trying to hide it. Like I say, don't live a paranoid life, man. And we live in a very beautiful country, but they also kill people at regular traffic stops. And shoot at Americans for therapy. And then try to hide it. Shout out NWA. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.